Say to your neighbor, you are so welcome to here. 옆에 사람에게 오늘 너무 잘 오셨습니다. 이렇게 인사하겠습니다. 오늘 너무 잘 오셨습니다. 영어로 설명하고 한국말로 설명하고 설교 시작하겠습니다. Before I begin the sermon, I would like to explain two things. First, 2 months ago, I provided our choir conductor, Mr. Yu and Pastor Kwon, with a sermon text and title in the preparation for the worship service. Originally, I intended to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the Korean way of thinking, the advantages and disadvantages of American way of thinking, and the general differences in the mindsets of two nations. I wanted us to reflect together on the mindset of the kingdom of God and the citizens of heaven. However, due to the various year-end events and activities, and I judged that there was not enough study and preparation regarding the mindsets of Koreans and Americans, so I decided to change the plan and then save that for another time. Instead, today, as we hold the last Sunday worship service of this year, I would like us to reflect together on what mindset we should have as believers and citizens of heaven in the Jesus and as disciples of Jesus Christ as we live our lives, start a new year, and conclude the current year. Second thing is, since today is regular English worship service, the children will also be participating in these worships. To make it a little less boring for the kids, there will be some activities for them somewhere around the beginning and possibly in the middle of the sermon. I ask for your general understanding. 말씀드린 바와 같이 오늘은 영어 정규 예배이기 때문에 어린이들이 있어서 아이들이 좀 지루할까봐 설교 초두와 설교 말미 부분에 아이들이 인게이지하는 시간이 있습니다. 그러니까 장윤범 성도님, 윤홍 집사님 카메라 녹화 필요하시면 조정 좀 해주셔야 될 것 같고, 제가 설교 도중에 애들 설교 시간에는 미트에 가서 아이들과 액티비티를 할 겁니다. 그래서 참고해 주시고요. 설교 녹화 방송하실 때 카메라 움직여서 녹화하셔야 되면 참고하시기 바랍니다. 앞부분하고 중간 뒷부분에 나옵니다. Children time. 이제 마이크를 켜야 되고 잠깐만요. I would like to invite to the Sunday school children. 목사님 볼륨 너무 큽니다. 이거 좀 줄여주세요. 너무 울려요. 조금만 줄여주세요. 너무 허용이 많으시니까. Come forward. 너무 낮아요. Sunday school children, please come forward. And although let's encourage our children as they come forward with a round of applause. Now, children of God, look at me. Come here. And I'm going to give you a very simple task. First, please stand facing the Christmas, not them, facing the Christmas tree here. Okay? Good. And now, guys, extend your two hands forward like me. Two hands with your palm facing up, okay? As if you are about to receive something, okay? Now, please close your eyes. Don't be close completely, okay? Don't open your eyes, okay? I'm going to give you very light object in your hands. Without opening your eyes, please As the activity that the children participate in the moment ago reminded us, the way we view the world through what color of lens, or in other words, from what perspective, can make the world appear very different. Even when experience of some same thing, looking at the same situation, we can feel, interpret, and perceive it in completely different ways. Depending on how we look at the world, how we think about it, and how we interpret it, and how we allow it to enter our hearts, we can live in entirely different worlds. Our mindset has greater impact on us than we often realize. Our mindset influences us more than we think. The thoughts we have affect us more than we are aware of. Just as physical health is very important, mental health and the health of our thoughts are also extremely important. People generally live according to their thoughts. What a person thinks about most is what they value most. People live accordingly to their own thoughts. Judges 21:25 says, "In those days, there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes." Indeed, people live according to their own opinions, their own eyes, their own thoughts, and what they believe is right. However, as social beings, humans do not only live according to their own thoughts, they are also greatly influenced by what others think, especially by what many people think. This is what we call trending fashions, trending thoughts, and trending philosophies, and trending ideology. In the Bible, this is reflected to us as custom, whether Jew, Greek, American, or Korean. People tend to follow others. Sometimes they follow without deep thoughts and consideration. God said in Leviticus 18:3 says, "You shall not do as they do in the land of Egypt where you live, and you shall not do as they do in the land of Canaan, to which I am bringing you." 1 Peter chapter 4:3 states, "For the time that is the past suffices for doing what Gentiles want to do, living in sensuality, passions, drunkenness, orgies, and drinking parties, and lawless idolatry." Although there was no Instagram when the Bible was written, there were already followers and following at the time. There were people who followed the world, and many who, while being God's people, also followed the world. The disciples of Jesus were, in modern terms, followers of Jesus. However, one more thing to consider is that while people live according to their thoughts, in many cases, they also live according to their feelings. In other words, there are times when certain emotions or feelings can captivate a person. While people are very rational beings, they are also very emotional beings. Some are captivated by their feelings, while others are captivated by their thoughts. The important part is that there are times when I control my feelings and thoughts, and there are times when my feelings and thoughts control me. Throughout the human history, some have sought to dominate the thoughts, or others, they have tried to implant certain ideas in other people's mind. For example, consider communism. When the ideology of communism was instilled in otherwise normal people, they would kill others simply for being wealthy. They did this without any legitimate legal process of defense. They just killed them. The same applies to religious heresies and cults. They lure churchgoers away and install heretical or cult ideology in them, reprogramming the mind of good people with their beliefs. Those who fall into cults abandon their homes and families and bodies and even their lives. This is why the word of the Bible are true, particularly Proverbs 4:23, keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. We are greatly influenced by trends and mindset and values of the world. Our homeland, South Korea, is famously a society that is very sensitive to social cues and trends. It is well known for being heavily influenced by fashions. There was a time when a jacket from the North Face became almost a uniform for middle school and high school students. Once a few started wearing it, there was immense social pressure, peer pressure for nearly all students to wear that jacket. That jacket became kind of school uniform. But is this only a problem for children and youth? If we examine our lives closely, we can see that the things we value are also heavily influenced by trends. While some aspects may not change like a trend, there are powerful worldviews and values that strongly influence us. If we do not think deeply about we can be swept away by powerful tsunami of worldly values around us. Success, honor, popularity, houses, cars, and money. All of these are necessary and can be good to have. However, if we think about quietly, we must ask ourselves whether the material and abstract values we pursue and desire are truly worth the level of obsession that the world has for them. Let's consider luxury goods. High quality luxury items are nice, but is that luxury really worth the price? What about jewelry? Beautiful jewelry is pleasing to the eye, but does it truly hold that level of value? Some might want to respond, no, Pastor, what are you talking about? It is worth that much. It is traded at that level, at that value. Yes, I acknowledge that it is traded at that value among people. However, my question is whether it truly has that much value. This is something we need to think about. In order to grasp certain values and possess what is valuable, we must pay a price for something. Sometimes some people pay everything as a price to own a certain material value. And when they look back after some time, they find they have nothing left but that material value. Some desire to be slim and become completely obsessed with it. There are cases where this obsession puts their lives at risk, and many have even died because of it. This is one of the symptoms of anorexia. Karen, the famous vocalist of the Carpenters, a group that sang beautiful songs like Top of the World and Yesterday Once More, one of my favorite, the duet, Carpenters, also left this world due to her obsessions. 거식증으로 죽었습니다. What about the recognition of the others? While living in this world, it is nice to be loved and acknowledged. It is good to be respected by many, to have many people follow you, and to receive many compliments. This is why we often envy popular kids from young age. Oh, he's so popular, right? But you know this? Popular people often have many haters. The most famous people also have the most haters. Sometimes we hear news about famous celebrities making extreme choices. Becoming a famous means attracting people's attention, and attracting attention means becoming a target sometimes for people's attacks and hatred. Popularity can come and go, and comes and goes. It can arrive suddenly and then vanish like a tsunami receding. While it is nice to have people's recognition, we cannot rely on. Remember Jesus Christ. When he fed 5,000 people, there was 5,000 men just alone. So how many people were following him like a cloud? Jesus was a rock star of the time. Jesus was the Beatles of that era. Jesus was a BTS of that time. However, the Lord understood the psychology of the crowd. Not long after, that crowd shouted for Jesus to be crucified, crucify him, or silently agree with that cry. Children time. Come forward. 박수 한 번 더 주세요. 우리 아이들. One, two, three. Okay. This side I have test for you this side as well. Please distribute this sticker to the other, one for each, okay? Give one other, one sticker, okay? Okay. You can my assistance. Okay. Good. 어른들 하나씩 받아주세요 아이들에게. 아니 아이들한테 다 줘야지. 뉴스도. 제 including news. All people. And no. One's not one sticker like this one. Whole thing's this one. Okay? Okay. And that's good. 애들 박수 한번 해주세요. 우리 애들 수고했는데. Now, brothers and sisters, look at each other. Some of you will have the thumbs up, some will have the heart symbols, and some will have upside down, thumbs down sticker, right? I asked the children to give me a lot of upside down, thumbs up sticker. How many? I cannot see, right? But what does this mean? What did I tell the children? Sticking stickers is a game. This is just a game. However, in life, we give many stickers to others, right? And others give us various stickers as well. You also stick various stickers on yourself. Not only other people put stickers on you, but sometimes you just by yourself, thumbs up sometimes. Sometimes I feel bad about myself. I, by myself, putting the sticker thumbs down and then feel bad. But think carefully about this. What does this all mean? In reality, they can be removed easily, right? You can take it out. Now, time to take it out. 야, 떼내세요 이제. 떼내세요. Time to take it out. Right? They can be removed very easily. If you love, that's okay. You can keep it. The stickers that people put on us may sometimes be valid. But if we think more deeply enough, as in the Pastor Max Lucado's children's book, You Are Special, if we do not consider them important, they do not matter. If you think this is very important, it sticks you forever. But if you think that is not important, it cannot stick to you forever. Sometimes the stickers they give us or the ones we give ourselves can change based on our feelings. There can also be distorted evaluations. The only stickers we should truly care about, the ones that Jesus will give us at the final judgment. Whether we are good and faithful servant, finally Jesus put me and put you sticker, you are faithful servant, or you are wicked and lazy servant. That matters in eternity. I really love the children's story. Sometimes those tales or fables contain very profound lessons that adults need to hear. Do you know this story? It is said that in Africa, a certain strategy is used to catch monkeys. They place a jar with a narrow opening, just big enough for a monkey hand to fit in, and along the path where the monkeys travel, and fill it with the fruits that the monkey loves. When a monkey comes along and smells the fruit it like, it reaches into the grab them. And however, at that moment, if a hunter arrives, the monkeys should run away. But because they do not let go of the handful of fruit, their hands get stuck. Isn't that truly foolish? But do you know what? But do you know this monkey sometimes represents ourselves? Nothing we desire to hold on is more important than our lives. Yet at times we harm ourselves because of our obsession with what we want to obtain. Think about Karen in Carpenters. What we have assigned value to may sometimes need to be let go for us to truly live. Jesus said, "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul?" We need to think carefully about what is truly valuable enough to exchange for our lives, our existence, and our years. A person's thoughts reveal their values and their character, worldview, and values are exposed. Believing in Jesus may means that our values and worldview and perspective change. The Apostle Paul, who was a Jew, viewed non-Jews as Gentiles before he met Jesus. He could be described as a Jewish racial purist. He seemed to want to succeed in Jewish society, and in our terms, he could be seen as a lawyer of Jewish law. This promising young man met Jesus and was completely transformed. He was a man of hatred who arrested and killed those who followed Jesus and threw them into dungeon and prison. Yet after meeting Jesus, he began to make outrageous claims. He proclaimed that in Christ there is neither male nor female, slave nor free, Jew nor Gentile. All are one. Just one. This is the message we read together today. Can you believe that this was written and proclaimed not 100 years ago, 500 years ago, that written 2,000 years ago? In a time when it was common to be wary or worry of others, to divide, to emphasize difference, to attack, to kill, and to despise, to turn away from, and to avoid one another, he believed and proclaimed that all people, regardless of age, gender, status, social status, economic status, nationality, or race, are one in Jesus Christ. Isn't his faith truly remarkable? He let go of his fixed ideas, his Jewish nationalism, his hatred. What he had clung to, he held onto the Lord, who is life, peace, forgiveness, love, and eternity. Listen to this confession from Paul, who seemed to have pursued the recognition and applause of the people after he was transformed. We are treated as deceivers and yet are true, as unknown and yet well known, as dying and behold we live, as punished and yet not killed, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many cry, many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing everything. Today is the last Sunday of 2024. Next week, we will welcome the first Sunday of the new year, 2025. Every year, if God allows us to live, survive, we experience the end of the one year and the beginning of another year. This cycle repeats itself. As we reflect on the beginning and the end, one of the questions we should consider is, what have I been trying to hold on to during this past year? Was it truly valuable? And in the end, did I let go of what I needed to release in order to grasp what I should have held on to? And did I send away what I needed to let go of? 쥐어야 할 것을 쥐기 위해서 놓아야 할 것을 놓았습니까? As we look back on this year, how we perceive it, how we interpret it can lead to different responses of gratitude or complaint, joy or dissatisfactions. How do we think? With what kind of heart do we live? Depending on our values and perspectives, and our lives can be completely different. Some people, despite going through the same difficult situations, difficult times, manage to find gratitude or learn something valuable from those horrible, hard, difficult experiences. While others, having gone through the exactly same times, only bring up complaints and grievance. The choice of what kind of net to cast is yours. What you choose to catch is also your decisions. What kind of the cellophane film will you place over your eyes is also choice for both you and me. Film of gratitude or film of complaint. Film or joyful, enjoy, give thanks to God, or just regret and hatred and conflict or complaint. Let us pray. 같이 기도하시겠습니다. 이